Hi, how y'all doing? It is October the 17th, 2025. I almost said September again. I don't know why. Here in Ontario, Canada, it's cloud covered and it's raining. They made it rain all day today. But in the rise, I got up. The sky was clear. And as the sun was rising, I don't know if it was the sun, right? But there was a red light hue in the sky to the southeast. And then about 15 minutes later, it was over here east of me, right? Or what we're told is east, which is actually west, right? I seen the red start here, it got bigger, and then the whole sky went red, right? And I said to my son, "Look at this, you see the sky?" He's like, "Yeah, it's red." I was like, "Yeah, cool, right?" And then about I looked away from the window, looked back up, and it was gone. It was completely cloud covered in gray. And I was like, wow, that was fast. Very suspicious, right? Very suspicious. Not sure what that was. The Schuman today is at 23. I just got posted. So it's a power number, one that they use, right? I'd have to look it up to see what it means. Um, we're in the waning crescent too, which is about moon phase, right? What yesterday I guess it came in. It's about reflect and prepared action because the new moon is coming on Monday, right? So, yeah. Didn't see any birds yesterday. Haven't seen any today either. It's just raining out. It's damp, cold, right? So I'm just staying in. I'm not doing nothing. My youngest son, the one that got the job, that lives with me, right? Went to do his driver's test again because he failed the first time. This time he did even worse and failed, right? So he came home. My friend Tass was downstairs. She had stopped over to visit for a little bit and talk, right? Uh, he went up to his room and said he failed. Don't bother him. I went to his room and closed the door, and he sulked for a while, right? Until finally, about an hour later, he decided to tell me what happened, right? So of course, I always try to give everybody positive advice. I was like, everything happens for a reason. I was like, maybe it's the universe keeping you out of danger. You know? Maybe if you got your license, something bad was going to happen to you. You never know. So you shouldn't question it or feel bad. Be grateful. Right? But yeah, I was like, I could feel the tension in the air, you know? Like an abusive husband make you walk on eggshells or a narcissistic parent, right? You know, you're hesitant to say anything or do anything because it might snap at you. Right? That was the energy I was feeling from him yesterday. But his girlfriend came over and he was still like that. He was even telling her like, "Don't try to cheer me up." He liked wallowing in his pity. You know, but that's what that is, right? You make yourself feel that way. So he was admitting loose yesterday. That's what it is. Emotions of any kind, right? Get rid of your emotions and you think more straight. Or don't let your emotions control you. You know? It is what it is. It was meant to be. I don't know if I explained that properly. But yeah, that's what that was. I had a dream too again last night. Dreamt all night. And the last one I remember was me and my sister, the one that hates me, right? We're at this place and we're waiting for a bus, right? And there's this woman that was there that was like the boss kind of thing of the place. And she got she was like she got really bossy and narcissistic, right? And like if you're gonna stay in here and wait, you gotta pick up the the garbage. And she started handing out these baggies, and she opened them and threw them on the floor, and they were full of these great big black and white spiders, right? And I was gonna do it, and then I noticed the spiders, right? And I was like, what the heck is this, right? I was like, no way, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? This ain't worth it, you know? I won't be bossed around, right? And I was like, that was strange. I meant to look it up, the spiritual meaning of it. I forgot. I'll do it later. But yeah, right? Strange. Then I was thinking yesterday too, right? About quitting social media. I've been doing this for what, 5 years now? My YouTube channel and stuff. Started it for my grandchildren. So if they ever look my name up on YouTube, they'll find me and meet me because none of them are in my life, right? For some reason, they're all around the place and I don't get to see them. But yeah, that was the job of this matrix, right? To separate families, tribes. Did pretty good when it came that way. So that was the main reason I started my video. And then I decided I would just try, start telling truth and seeing if people would wake up. A lot of people only woke up to a certain point after 2020 and they accepted being in the world. But I'm not in the world. I'm on Earth. The world is what they gave you to imprison you, to enslave you, right? I even tell my friend Tess all the time when she makes suggestions about things to do, I'm not like these other people. It doesn't interest me. I can see their ego. I can see their agendas, right? Nobody really is solid. So I've never fit in, I see past it. And they know I do, so they don't accept me. And it doesn't matter what color or hue they are, right? I've gotten used to it. I'm not complaining. It's for a reason. I'm not like them, right? But yeah. And then I thought, I'm tired of being on social media. I just want to let it go and wait for this to end. And then I got a comment on my video from a man that I did FaceTime with when I first started doing my channel, right? He sang me the sweetest song about he said, you want to hear what a mice's love song is? And so I said, sure. So he sang it. It was beautiful. The best song I ever heard, right? And he left a comment saying he looks forward to seeing my videos every day, even though we've never met, but we've seen eye to eye, right? And it was just a comment he left. I thought, that's so kind. Thank you, Uhura. I appreciate you. I will continue doing my YouTube. I won't stop, right? Can't stop till we get enough. Starting again. Every time somebody says a sentence or whatever, I'll pick there's a couple of words that sound like a song I know, and I'll just start singing. This happened my whole life, right? It's different, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe you do it too. Who knows, right? I'm just reading. Oh, and yeah, religion. When I was watching Rod Hayes today, and he was on the Young Elder, and they broke it down. I know all this stuff, right? But I like watching just to refresh, I like hearing people speak the truth. And how we had no religion here before the invaders came in the 1400s, right? What we had was character, you know? You didn't need to be told how to behave because it was just something that happens naturally, organically, right? It is. You learn how to behave, or people aren't nice to you, you know? It's all about your character. Tell no lies, cause no harm, and be good people, right? I even said that to Toss the other day. I said, I don't know why people have such a hard time doing that, right? It was always hard for me to be bad. As long as I was being good, I was great. My consciousness was good, right? But as soon as I started doing things I knew I shouldn't, yeah, I kicked myself in the ass so bad, so hard, right? So I have no choice. but to be good, because I don't like to beat myself up. It's just the way it is. I love myself too much. I was trying to think of something to talk about. There's so much going on in the realm right now, right? I'd kind of just like to put it behind me. I am waiting for the solar flare and the Schuman to spike. And then it's going to up or activate our dormant DNA, what the scientists say are junk, right? And whatever we've been working towards on bettering ourselves and the power within, right, is going to be activated. It's going to come out even more. Our so-called superpower, right? I have no idea what that could be for me because I've been working on so many different avenues of spirituality, like telekinesis, like my magic with my sigils and my organic substances from Mother Earth, like sweetgrass and sage and stuff like that, right? So, who knows, right? I'm psychic as all get out, right? I just know. So, yeah. I wonder what you're all going to be. Have you been doing your self work? Being good people? Forgiving everybody and forgiving yourself? That's what I said to my son the other day when he was here, showed up drunk. Right? He said he was ashamed of himself. I said, well, you've done bad things. He's like, yeah. And I said, well, you need to get over it. That's why I've been telling you. Do your shadow work. Right? And he says, I thought that was about questioning why. I said, no. That's, well, it's part of it. But what it is actually is you got to forgive everybody that's ever hurt you in your life and forgive yourself for hurting others and for hurting yourself. Right? And just let it go. Sit in a room and just close your eyes and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. And whatever thoughts come up, let them go. Just say, I forgive you to it. That's doing shadow work. Don't hold on to grudges and hate and victimhood and all this stuff. And the meanness that you've done to others, it was part of a growing process, learning process. Just because you did it once doesn't mean you have to do it again. You learn from it and change behavior, right? Especially if it hurts your consciousness or your heart. It means you're not supposed to do that. It builds character. So, yeah. All right. That sky sure was strange in the rise today, let me tell you. I've never seen it do that before. It usually fades out, but it doesn't blink out like that, like it did in the rise today. Different, right? Different. My second tooth is getting loose. I'm going to be talking even stranger. I'm going to have more spit coming out, all kinds of stuff. It's difficult enough to keep my S's straight, right? Almost wants to turn into a whistle sometimes. People have started saying to me, what? Pardon me? Right? And I have to say a word and try to keep that in. What if it has an S in it? Weird. But it's okay. Because every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I have more wisdom than the day before. And every day, what? What would you say? I like to have gratitude because I am grateful for everything. Lessons and blessings, right? I really am. Everything that happened to me and everything I did made me who I am today. I wouldn't change it, right? So, yeah. All right. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye. Wave me away. Bye.